And you are live.
Hi guys, happy Saturday everyone. We're going to give people a few minutes to jump on here and then we'll go over what we're going to be making today. Get my apron on. Just getting going on this Saturday. I feel like I could use about 2 more naps.
She's saying 2 more because she's already had 1.
Yeah, I've already had 1. I ate breakfast and then took a nap. I had, we had some of the pork chops left over from last night, so I did a pork chop with a couple eggs for me for breakfast and a pancake. And then Joe he woke up wanting pancakes and bacon, so I made that for him. So he was one happy camper. And then we took an hour nap and then got up and been cooking and just getting ready for the day.
Yeah, I guess I ratted you out there, but I took 1 too.
Yeah. So today we are going to make cookie bars. I received a bunch of different requests which were really awesome. There's a few things on there that I have not really figured out a good way to make gluten-free, dairy-free. I'm still working on cheesecakes. I feel like I've got a pretty good hang of no-bake cheesecakes. I mean, that's pretty easy. But baking a dairy-free cheesecake is a whole different ball game. It has almost like a rubbery texture when you bake it, so I'm still working on that, and I will get that figured out. I do have a killer full dairy cheesecake recipe that I should just put in my stories, so then you guys can try it and tell me what you think. But it used to be Joe's favorite thing that I make like Thanksgiving, Christmas, his birthday.
Salt Fire Barbecue said nice kitchen. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're gonna play with some new chocolate today. Hold these over here while we get some more people on, and then we'll start.
This one?
Yes. Thank you. So I've used Valrhona before, but they have so many different options. And then I saw in their stories, this is hilarious. I saw in their stories, they were like, oh, this is the best, from somebody else, the best dairy-free chocolate I've ever had. I'm like, I've got to try this. I gotta, because you can get dairy-free dark chocolate, but getting one that's more of a milk chocolate, obviously milk is in the name. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this because the cocoa content is not as big. This was what came in. I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do with this? Well, obviously we're gonna chop this up and use this into something, but I don't know if we'll use this today or one of these other chocolates. But we have a bunch of different.
Should hold up a bag so I can show the packaging.
And it's cacao, right? It's not cocoa. I keep saying cocoa, but I think it's cacao.
Sure.
A bunch of different ratings on them. So yeah, we're gonna try this in our bars today. And another reason that I picked this recipe is we're going to test this out together. I figure since there's always something that seems to go wrong when I'm doing an Instagram live, I figured why not just go with the flow and see how this works as well. So what we're doing is, this is a brand new recipe. I've already made one for a brand, so we're gonna see how that turns out. Right now it's just cooling because you have to give it an hour to cool, so that's cooling. So when I finish this with you guys, it's going in the oven. We're gonna cut it open, the one that I just made, to see how it turned out. So yeah, it'll be an experiment. It's gonna be fun. So
The house shoe hostess is joined.
Hello, Gia. How are you doing?
We've got a bunch of people who've joined. I kind of missed a bunch of them, so.
Should I?
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm very foggy. I'm sorry up front. Yesterday was a very crazy busy day, as it has been for kind of the last couple weeks, which is a good problem to have. But today I'm just, it's kind of like settling down a little bit. So yeah, so just bear with me. I'm a little bit foggy today, but let's go ahead and get going.
Yep.
Okay, so we, again, for everyone that's just joining, we're gonna make cookie bars. And I chose this because there's a lot of recipes for baking that you need cooling time, you need this, you need that, and this isn't the Food Network. I'm not gonna have one in the oven, one over here, one over here. I wanna try to do everything with you guys. So I thought this will be perfect since I've made one with peanut butter cups, and this one we're gonna do with some type of chocolate something. So we're gonna start with, in every cookie mixture, I always start with creaming the butter and the sugar for 2 to 3 minutes. Let me fix my hair before we get going. I swear I'm gonna chop this off. It keeps touching me. I gotta have my short hair again. Okay, so we're gonna start with 1 cup of butter, 1 1/4 cup brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. I'm so excited to cut this cookie bar open. I have a couple more recipes I need to make for brands today, and then after that I need to start creating recipes to shoot when we go to California next month. And I've got a few different ideas. I'm really thinking a sweet potato, one in the corner. I'm thinking like a sweet potato tart or something with like a toasted marshmallow meringue. Okay, so I gotta do math. Yeah, that's right. Again,
So what did you just say? A sweet potato tart?
Yeah, sweet potato tart with a toasted marshmallow meringue on top.
Wow.
I think that sounds good. We'll see.
Foster Feasts said hello and said you speak his cooking recipe language, her. I can't see in the picture, sorry. But I think the butter and the sugar and was the comment.
So, and one thing with all the recipes, and I'm gonna do one of those posts where it says, you know, a lot of people are just joining your Instagram and they may not know a lot about you. I'm gonna do one of those posts where it has, you know, my picture and then a little bit about me. But one thing with all of these recipes is anything that I make dairy-free, gluten-free, you can use full dairy products, you can use full gluten products. A lot of these recipes are from recipes before I went gluten-free, dairy-free. The only thing that you would change is the baking powder amount, which I have it right on my blog on, you know, how to make those conversions.
Beach Girl Grills joined and said sweet potato and meringue are a match made in heaven.
See, Nikki gets it. She knows. I still need to get one of those wireless mixers here. Kevin said that he loves his. And so I normally recommend to do this for like 3 to 5 minutes.
So while you're mixing, can I tell people what you were doing before we started?
Fine.
So I'm sitting here getting the camera and lights ready, you guys, and I look over and Danielle says, hold on, I gotta check and see how I look in the mirror one more time before we start. And then I see her turning around to look at her back. She's literally checking her back fat. And I'm like,
That was so tight.
like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, I'm just making sure I don't have any fat sticking out. Like, oh my God, are you seriously checking your back fat right now?
Hey, bras are tight, man. I can't help it.
Yep, so that was how we started. I was pretty disappointed that I missed it. I should have just started rolling.
I'm so bummed you missed it too.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. I would have got hit, but it would be all worth it for you guys.
Oh my God, you didn't even imagine. Again, we keep talking about videos going viral. That would be the one that goes viral. So we're looking for the cream or the butter and the sugar to just be nice and fluffy. You see that? And I did make a talking point today because I've had a few people ask me, how do you get gluten-free and dairy-free products, you know, good discounts and stuff like that. So we're gonna go over, what am I doing? I've gotta use those in a little bit. Brain mush, sorry. Okay, so now we'll do the eggs. 2 eggs. Okay, so for getting good deals on dairy-free and gluten-free products, What I do is a few different things. Mostly it's pretty much subscribe and save on Amazon, because I find once I get that 15% off, that is just the best deal. So my 1-to-1 gluten flour, I get my sweetened condensed milk off of there. That, again, dairy free, so it's just a coconut sweetened condensed milk, evaporated dairy free milk on there. I think those are my main subscribe and saves. And then after that, what I do, let me put these back in, is I really stock up when whoever has it on sale. So if Whole Foods is running a sale on, you know, whatever mixer, whatever that is, that I'm gonna use a lot of, or cream cheese is a really big one, because dairy-free cream cheese is so expensive, or can be very expensive. So when it's on sale, I buy like 12 containers of it. You'll open up the fridge, and instead of having, you know, your pop shelf or whatever, all my stuff is like cream cheese and dairy-free ricotta cheese, stuff like that. Because normally it has a really good shelf life on it. So that's what I do for getting you good deals.
The shop house shoe hostess said she's ordering you a mixer. You'll have it by Wednesday.
I don't want some perverted looking mixer, Gia. I know, I've had this thing forever too. It's just one of those things that, you know, it works, so I just don't get rid of it. Okay, what am I doing? Get these away from me.
She did have a good meltdown yesterday on temperature thermometers.
I was getting so hot.
And so a new one is on the way.
Yes, yes. Thank you to Ninja Q for hitting me up and telling me which one to go with. I did have a really good one that, you know, unfortunately it broke. And then I just keep going through them and keep going through them. And it's like every time I need it, the battery's dead. I'm like, how is it going through batteries this quick? Okay, so now we're gonna add in the rest of our ingredients. 2 1/3 cups of flour. I'm using a 1-to-1 gluten-free flour. And I've had some people ask too about how do I choose what flour. It's a lot of just testing to see what works and what doesn't work. And personally, I found that the 1-to-1 flour for baking needs is like 99% of recipes. I don't really have to add anything, modify it, which is awesome. Because a lot of gluten-free flours, you have to add, you know, maybe like a rice flour or a potato flour, something like that to it, where this is pretty much ready to go. Okay, so we got that. We need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And this is half a teaspoon, so I'm going to do 2 of those. And then a tablespoon of arrowroot. If you don't have arrowroot, you could use cornstarch. I was making pancakes for Joe this morning, and I got a brand new bottle of vegetable oil, and I just hit it right, and it went everywhere. So everything on the floor is like slippery, and I'm just a hot mess today. I think after this, I am gonna take like my second nap. And then I have a German chocolate cake to make. 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I don't really use a tablespoon measuring thing for that. You can just see. Okay, half a teaspoon of salt. Let me just make sure I have everything. I was going to do baking powder, but I think this one grows too much. Okay, I'm not going to do baking powder in this one, and I'll show you guys why on the next, what I made earlier. So we have our flour, baking soda, arrowroot powder, vanilla extract, eggs, brown sugar, granulated sugar, butter, and let's mix.
Gia asked, was that Watkins vanilla?
It is. And
she asked, do you like that one better than others, or?
my favorite so far is I like the, what is it called? It's like the Madagascar one. That one's my favorite, but they had this one on sale, and for the size, I'm doing so much baking right now, and I'm giving, you know, most of it away just because of the sponsored content that I'm creating. So I do like this one, but if I had to go with my favorite, the bourbon, of course, bourbon. The bourbon vanilla is my favorite.
She said she loves the Wicked vanilla you gave her. I assume Wicked Dolphin, is that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Dolphin.
Wicked Dolphin. Yeah, they're really cool.
That one's a
Got some good
strong
stuff.
one too. That one's a very strong vanilla extract. And it's really cool how that was created. So the owner, she was at, I think it was like, I don't know, she was somewhere and did not have a grocery store available. She had run out of vanilla extract, so she decided to create her own. And she had all the rum, she had the vanilla beans, so it's like, man, that's pretty cool. And she also makes barbecue sauces and stuff like that now too. Which one should we go with?
Let me pick one, and then you won't use that, and then...
I wonder if I should pull out this big bar and chop some of that up into it. Let's do that. I've got to try this.
Beach Girl Grills says she loves Wicked Dolphin rum. Yeah, they're like, what, maybe 2 miles away from our house, their distillery?
Yeah, and she's just up in Orlando. So, alright, I can get that. Holy crap. This thing is a beast.
Good thing Matt's not here, you wouldn't have it left yet.
I know. Oh, good. Only part of it came out.
The size of that thing.
It's not big enough. We need more. Okay, let's chop that up. Yeah, our old roommate is a chocoholic. Oh, crap.
Yeah, cut me off a hunk of that, though.
Yeah, I need to try this too. It is soft like a milk chocolate.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
It may even taste like milk chocolate. And it's dairy free.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Whew, that is going to be addicting. I'm going to do larger chunks for this one, and then I think I'm going to add some of the darker chocolate in. Anything that says to add chocolate, I like to do a mixture. Just like my chocolate chip cookies, I like to do 3 different chocolates. Let's do those big old chunks. Holy crap, that is just so cool. I was wondering, I'm like, well, I don't really get why it's so expensive, but now I get it.
Yeah, that's got to be like close to 5 pounds.
Yeah, we were just in North Carolina visiting some friends, and we went into the Kilwins chocolate store. I'm like, I gotta get me a bear claw. They're my favorite. So we go in to get that, and they have, I think it's like a 10-pound or is it a 20-pound chocolate bar?
Yeah, it was 10 pounds.
Okay, that should be good. So, holy cow, that is impressive. Alright. And then I think these ones are chocolate chips, just like the mini ones. Let's do some of those. And
She's asking if I'm gluten-free too. I don't have an allergy or anything like that, but I pretty much eat gluten-free, as you said, by proxy, since that's how Danielle cooks. And I do find that I have less stomach issues just in general. I've always had kind of a sensitive stomach. The dairy-free has been the biggest impact And yeah, I mean, I have some sort of food allergy because I used to get a rash on my chest like pretty much all the time. And what's this one? Oops. And since going gluten-free, dairy-free, I just never get that anymore. So not sure which one was the cause, but I feel better eating that way for sure.
Yeah, I notice my joints a lot. Like that's what I find is the biggest thing. Oop, I grabbed the wrong one. More of these. I notice my joints more than anything, and the bloat.
Yeah, the bloat from dairy and then the lack of bloat when you don't eat dairy is pretty crazy.
It's so good though. I do have to admit, when we went back to North Carolina, my girlfriend makes the best cheese boards. So, you know, you gotta have some. It's just so good. And then I pay for it for the next week. I'm still paying for it, which is why I'm playing with my back in the mirror. Okay. Oh, it's a 8x8, 9-inch. You can do something right around those for a baking container, depending how thick you want them. I like thick and gooey, so I'm going with a, I think this is an 8-inch. Okay.
By the way, nobody else laughed at my back fat comment, so I have a feeling more of women do that than I realize.
Yeah. Duh. Okay. So preheat the oven to 350. This is going to go in for 30 to 35 minutes. And then I'm going to show you the one that I made earlier. I'm going to bring it over here.
Assume the dog must be in his crate since he's not in front of the stove.
Yes, the dogs are in their crate. I wore them out. Tank has been a little bit of a pistol since we got home from North Carolina. I don't know what is his deal, but he's been a little bit of a pistol. So our neighbors are home, their dogs are out, their kids' dogs are over there. So I was just like, yeah, they need to go up.
Beach Girl Grill says, we all do that.
Yeah, we need the break sometimes.
No, the back fat thing.
Oh. Yes, see? I told you. Judge me.
Gia says, Tank must be mad about the post we did. Oh, he's picking on him.
He's just been something else. Oh yeah, that card that she made, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's funny. That was really funny. She sends me a message telling me that her friend's dog was licking her to death and she felt like she was being taken advantage of. I was dying laughing reading that first thing in the morning. Okay, so the only difference with this one is I did not add baking powder. I'm sorry, I didn't add baking powder to the one I just made. I added baking powder to this one. And you can see how the edges rose there. I was just trying to do it to see if it would give it all a little bit more rise, and it didn't. So I'm thinking that's what did it. Also, this one is a peanut butter and chocolate cup versus just chocolate chips.
Is this your newer pan?
This is my new springform. I'm still getting used to it. So far, I'm loving it. Oh, I hope this turns out good. So you guys can see a little bit of the process on experimenting with new recipes. I mean, that's what pretty much we all do. Just experimenting with new stuff, see what we like, see what we don't like. So because I want a really pretty shot, if this turned out, I'm going to use this for a brand. But what I'm going to do is just cut off the edges because I really want to see that pretty center.
Which I always love because that means I get to eat the edges.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite part anyways.
All right, so let's see how this turned out. I want it to be a cookie bar, nice and gooey, and it looks like we got it. So as long as the cookie bar that we just made, as long as that one turns out the way that I'm wanting it, then I'm gonna go ahead and launch the recipe. If that one doesn't turn out, I'm gonna play with the recipe a little bit more to make sure that I don't get this raised edged here. But yeah, that's kind of how I experiment. I just start tweaking, you know, the recipe a little bit, because normally you can have like a good base and then you just need to see what works best. So let's go ahead. You can see a little bit of the peanut butter cups in there. Not as much as I was hoping though. It looks like it just kind of melted all in, which should be a good problem. So now here's my nightmare. You want me to taste it on camera, don't you?
Yeah, take a bite. Tell us what it's like.
Okay.
And definitely cut another bite for me. And we have requests of others who would also like a bite.
Just come on open, or come on over, door's open.
Yeah.
Okay, it needs more peanut butter cups for sure. But I like the texture, I like the gooiness.
Cut me off that chunk. That's got nice peanut butter in it.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's got a really good texture to it. I actually like the crunch on the edge too. But this piece right here in the middle, that's always my favorite. A nice gooey, you know, that's the best for me. So, what do you think?
That was really good. And this had plenty of peanut butter in it.
Okay, yeah, I think I just need more, chop it up more. But yeah, I think overall that's gonna be the winner.
Does anybody have any questions for today or comments?
I know this one's a little bit of a shorter one. I'm just, you know, want to get on here, say hi. It's been a few weeks. Joe's going to be going away this next week, and then he's home for a few days, then he's gone for a week, home for a few days, and then we fly to California. So I'm not sure if we're going to be live anytime soon. I may try like a weeknight, you know, going live, maybe just showing like making dinner or something. But
Let's see some of these too.
But if we're good on questions, I'm gonna go ahead and start making the German chocolate cake.
Oh yeah, we got German chocolate cake today too.
German chocolate cake. I need to make millionaire bars with hazelnut. And then I need to make something with this. Oh, I'm gonna show this to you guys. And if you have any type of ideas for recipes, DM me. I need to make something with this. And I was thinking like, kind of like a sticky bun maybe, or maybe like a little pretty cake, like the little miniature cakes with this glaze on there.
What is that? I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm gonna make you pronounce it.
This is amaretti gingerbread. It's like a syrup, so it's a really strong flavor. But it is gingerbread flavor, it has very strong ginger notes. So I'm thinking, yeah, you know, this is gonna be for Christmas time. So this is a recipe I'm creating now. When we go to California, I'm going to shoot the recipe, then we're going to launch it on YouTube in December. So if you have any thoughts on what I can make with that, definitely DM me.
What are you thinking now? Is it gonna be a dessert, I assume?
Oh yeah, I'm making 2 desserts. So I'm thinking maybe donuts. My thought was doing like a gingerbread donut and maybe doing the glaze, I'm not sure, but then doing like a crystallized ginger on top. But I need something to balance out that flavor because it is a pretty strong ginger taste.
The house shoe hostess asked, did you get that from World Market? I think it was sent to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it was sent from Amaretti, and they have their store right online. You can buy it right from them. But they have a bunch of different options. I do have one. I'll tell you guys what I'm going to be making with this one, which should be no surprise. But I have a cappuccino tiramisu flavoring from them. I'm going to make a tiramisu tres leches cake with it. You guys know I've been addicted to making these tres leches cakes, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that one a whirl. I think this next week, for my mother-in-law's mosh game for her and her friends, that will be the next dessert I send over to them.
All right, so the house shoe hostess said, I think I pronounce this figgy pudding, Figgy
Yeah.
pudding, recommendation. And
That's a good idea.
Beach Girl Grills said dairy-free gingerbread cheesecake bars.
I like that idea too, because actually they have a hazelnut flour that they sent to me. So I could do that with the crust, and they have a pecan flour too, actually. Pecan would probably be better with that. Those are some good ideas, ladies. I like it. All right. I think you're gonna keep me busy this next week.
It's way better than when she asks me for ideas, because I'm always just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't cook things. I eat the things.
It's kind of like walking out. How do I look? He's like, look at me. I can't even dress myself.
The best is when she asks my opinion on pictures, because every time I take a picture, she's like, nope, that's horrible. So I'm like, why do all my pictures are terrible, but then you ask my opinion on the pictures that you take? Obviously, I don't have an eye for this.
The struggle is real.
Yep.
And I'm thinking it's nap time. Guys, hope everyone has an amazing Saturday. The next time I go live will probably be during the week, when I catch Joe when he's home and he's able to help me out with this. But otherwise, I will keep you posted on how the cookie bars turn out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get these ones shot.
Yeah, are you gonna post those cookie bars in your story later?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, as soon as they're done, so they cook for right around 35 minutes. They need to rest for an hour. So as soon as that's done and I pull them out and you see me start eating them, I will definitely be posting those along with a big glass of oat milk.
And then where's the recipe for this one going?
This
Or will
one,
that be a while out?
This one will probably be next week, I believe. As long as that turns out good, and I don't need to make any massive tweaks to this because this is a sponsored post
Got it.
recipe. So, yep.
Okay, if you want the recipe, you gotta wait a week.
Yep.
All
All right,
right.
guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, bye.